In today's video, we'll be ranking the best to worst promos in FIFA 23, going all the way back to the ones to watch promo and going through every single promo, rule breakers, out of position, road to the knockouts, those World Cup promos, all the way up to the road to the final promo that is live right now in FIFA. What's going on, boys? My name's Slater. We've never really done a video like this on the channel, but we did it on stream. I had a lot of fun with my community and figured we'd post it here on YouTube and see what you guys think. It's a super easy and fun video. We're just going to rank these promos based on obviously the players that came out, the SBC content that dropped with them, and if there's any like live component or swap component to the promo as well. If you guys enjoy these type of videos, hit that like button. Sub if you're new. We'll do more tier videos on the channel as well if you guys are a fan of this. And now let's jump into our rankings. Let's not waste a lot of time here. We kind of know, I think, as a community, what are the worst promos. So let's just start with the very obvious one, the ones to watch promo. Here's what the team looked like. The problem with the ones to watch promo is that like very quickly in the game, no one uses any of those cards. I mean, there's no one using a single ones to watch card. I think Erling Haaland is probably the only card that has like a lot of long-term value in a way. Ones to watch is always just a really stale promo. There's hype in the beginning of the game and then it very quickly dies. Let's move on to the Rule Breakers promo, which after looking at the team and some of the SBC content was actually way better than I kind of remembered it being. My original thought was that the Rule Breakers promo was a D tier promo. But with Alaba, with Ronaldo, Ribery, these cards are still like really expensive in the game. PK. I'm going to move this up to a C tier promo. I'm kind of surprised that I thought the Rule Breaker promo wasn't as good as I guess it really was at the end of the day. Moving on to the out of position promo, which EA completely lied to us about, by the way. They said once this promo came out that we would get out of position cards like throughout the entirety of FIFA, which I think all of us thought was a cool concept. And I think only that like left back Bundesliga guy, there'll be a picture on the screen somewhere around here, is like the only card that's been released long after the promo was gone. So that was a huge lie. Mo Salah's a big boy card that's still relevant in FIFA. João Cancelo was fun to use for a while. But I think for the most part, I think we would all agree that the concept of the promo versus the actual reality of the promo didn't live up to the hype, right? And for that reason, I'm going to C tier this promo as well. All right, on to the Road to the Knockout promo, which here's the team. Road to the Knockouts is always a really fun promo. There's obviously a live component built in, which adds a whole different dimension to a promo. And there were actually some really good cards dropped in this. Not only like the cards in the team, but I actually think SBC content-wise, that Benacer became like a hero in a lot of people's clubs. I've even heard like Gosens is a dude that if you did that objective card, people liked for a long time. So the Road to the Knockout promo, the cards aren't mostly meta enough besides like a Messi to really last long in the game. But the live component, the good SBC content, and just the variable of all the different type of cards in the game, we're going to move that up to our first B tier slot. Now we've moved to the World Cup promos, and many of which were super disappointing this year. We'll kind of dive in once we get past the Path to Glory, because I think Path to Glory was actually really fun. The rest of them, though, were such a joke. But let's focus on the Path to Glory. So here are some of the players that were released in the game. I think the big highlight when I think of like SBC players is that Paulinho SBC, Portugal, Premier League links. He became a super dominant defensive midfielder for a lot of teams. I used that card for a long time. Also watching like the Griezmann, Papu Gomez run through the World Cup and those cards becoming like super expensive, and that they were like a very much so a talk of the town in the FIFA community. That live component, once again, correlated to the World Cup. I thought EA did a pretty good job with that promo. That's going to be our first A tier promo during FIFA 23. Realistically, man, I'm not going to take a lot of time on these. The Road to the World Cup team, which I actually forgot like half the players. Obviously, Mbappe was in this, which is a big card. But it was just so, it was like there and then it was gone and like no one even remembers this promo. Montiel is a really good usable card too, but I actually think that they just did such a poor job with these like secondary promos correlated to the World Cup. World Cup stories, right? Van Disney was in this. Here's the team that you'll probably see on the screen right now. But I just think all these promos, given the opportunity that EA had with the World Cup, with what they could have done with these cards, how they could have made them engaging, the SBC content they could have done, the objective content they could have done, EA just dropped the ball completely basically after the Path to Glory. So in my opinion, although some of these teams have really cool cards that are very usable and are still very meta in the game, I think as a whole, I think the whole community agrees, EA just wasted a really good opportunity to not only just like have us involved in the game, but like make money, like what they care about the most. I just think they just completely dropped the ball and didn't give us really engaging content to keep us in the game during the best time of the year to play FIFA. that we'll have in the next 4 years. I am gonna slide the Phenoms team up just because there's just something about like the hype around these like up and coming superstars. So Phenoms I'll put up a little bit higher just because there were some really fun cards there, but the rest of it just trash. Easily one of my favorite promos now, 2 years in a row. I think the whole community has just fallen in love with the winter wildcard promo. Not only do the cards in this promo get like crazy weak foot or skill move adjustments at times, they get like 99 rated stats on different cards. Think about that Oxford SBC, who was a really good DM if you use this card. That Bellagarde SBC was huge, I think, for a lot of people that used in Ligue teams. Now, granted, they didn't do the best with player SBC content. A lot of them were very like low rated. But with the swap token component and how easy they were to get the tokens, and then how you could like save those tokens for Team of the Year, I think we all agreed that Winter Wildcards is just becoming one of the better promos every year in this game. And for that reason, I'm going to move that into the S tier category. It's just one of those promos I now look forward to. Like I actually get excited for the Winter Wildcard promo year in and year out now. Before we crack into the Team of the Year, I do want to do the Centurions promo. It was just like here and gone too, kind of that vibe. Player SPC content, objective content, just a lot of useless stuff, man. I think Centurions, which could be really cool too, right? These players that mean so much to these clubs, a dumpy little promo that I will never ever care about. For that reason, we're going to move them into the D tier as well. This might be a controversial pick for me from Team of the Year because I think a lot of people were really disappointed, right? They changed the upgrade packs to be worse than they've ever been before. The pack weight, which is always really bad, at least for me, but the community thought as a whole, especially for the honorable mentions, and I will agree, like last year you packed like 50 Mendy's. It was hard to even get a Magnan this year, I think, for a lot of people. The pack weight was significantly worse. The card should be really rare, so I guess in a way, you know, I understand the point of the pack weight, but it just seemed like they didn't really give us the full slate of what you expect in the Team of the Year. But Team of the Year is just the best promo in the game. It just is, man. I mean, there's just something about the feeling in the game, the way people grind the game during that time, just endlessly ripping packs. Like barely anyone even plays FIFA at that time. It's just like, I want a blue and I'll do whatever it takes to get there. It's really that most like degenerate freaking moment for us in this game. And for that reason, I think it's just always an S tier promo. I actually think it's like, if we're going to order it like this way, it's the promo every year. It is the promo that I look forward to every single year, and nothing quite reaches that hype ever again throughout the rest of the FIFA cycle. Now to the most recent promo. So Future Stars, what I will say is, man, so really cool team, a lot of like really high value players, but I also think that if we look back at some of the older Future Stars promos, I think we all have to realize that like these cards are not as good as what I feel like we all remember getting in the past. What I will say is the nice thing about Future Stars, because I think Future Stars has the chance to be an S tier promo, but like the Future Stars promo has the swap tokens, right? So you're opening those campaign bag picks that were really cool. 87 pluses, people got great stuff in those. Prime icon player picks, 84 by 20s, 85 by 10s. You know, for that reason, I think it just adds a part of the game that's really fun. What I will say is, dude, making people complete first owner Fiesta on skill-based matchmaking for tokens is a literal sin from EA. Like, that is actually such a joke. I'm gonna still make this an A tier promo just because of what Future Stars is and how fun it is, and because it has a swap token component, so that is always, I think, just so valuable. But this should be here every year, and EA dropped the ball, in my opinion, this year. And now we get to the current road to the final promo. If you guys have watched the video this long, hit that like button and sub if you're new. It's greatly appreciated to the channel. We'll do more tier videos if you guys are fans of these. The road to the final promo, man, I feel like EA have once again dropped the ball a little bit too, if I'm being candid. The one thing about this that EA just can't mess up is the live component, right? We get to watch the Champions League, which is the best competition in foot every single year, and then also coincide it with players in our club. Some of these players will end up being some of the most like meta in-game players that you won't even realize are going to be in your team for months to come if you get the right card. That team goes the furthest in the UCL. But also the reality is too, man, like we're just not getting a lot of SBC content. We got Diaby. I mean, like, there's just not really good content that's going along with this. The Road to the Final Cup is cool, but like that Nepenthez card, that's the cam that you can get from that, is just a card that should have been released in October, right? Like a lot of the cards that we're getting, besides what you can just pack in the game, are kind of stale. The 83x10 is like fun to do every single day. There's no really engaging content every single day that we should be really getting on to FIFA and enjoying throughout the road to the final promo. So I think once again, EA they're leaning on the live component of the card, which is really valuable and really fun for all of us, but they're not putting in the effort, I think, to make this really what it should be. And for that reason, I'm going to keep it kind of aligned with its other friend, the Road to the Knockout promo, as a B tier promo. Do you guys agree? disagree? Comment below where you think I missed, what promo should have been ranked higher or lower, or did I get it spot on? This is how I feel in terms of the promos in FIFA 23. If you guys like these videos, like I said, we'll make another one. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll catch you for another video another time.